Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. People keep asking me about these questions about this book, that book, when it comes to machine learning, to deep learning. I'm going to be pretty frank with everybody who's watching this. I can't really offer an opinion on any of this stuff, just due to the fact that this stuff is way beyond me. From what I understand, when it comes to machine learning / deep learning, for trading, unless you're really schooled in this in an advanced way, meaning all the way up to probably PhD in robotics, or understanding how all this stuff works. The thing about this is it applicable to trading? I don't know. I know that Rentech is using machine learning. The CEO, Bob Mercer, comes from the world of linguistics, the early days of IBM research, and one of the hardest tasks of any kind of application when it comes to machine learning is linguistics. And being able to apply that to the world of trading, I'm sure it works because that's what he did a few decades ago. So he's probably a master at it and has a whole team of developers around that. So yes, I'm sure it can work if you're well schooled. Now, if you're like equivalent of a schmuck like me, learning this off of some website or blog or some book like this, I'm not saying this is not good or not, but it's pretty easy to get caught up in what works and what may not work and what may turn out to be a big waste of your time. From my understanding about machine learning, the only thing that machine learning has not conquered for the type of application is capital markets. They're working on linguistics. I can see it when I do my voice recognition on my iPhone, so it's pretty evident that's machine learning there. Or Siri or whatever, Cortana or whatever human assistants they have, that's all machine learning, fine. But in terms of trading, from my understanding, the only real proven way of doing it is through fundamental analysis. I've talked to various people on this topic, and a lot of them saying it's a complete waste of their time, and fundamental is really the only proven one that works. It's what I focus on, or will be focusing on all my strategies. Now, in terms of technical, we have here Python and or R. Now, I can give you definitive answers on those, so if I go into machine learning topic of R versus Python, let me just see if I can find KD Nuggets. I think the site was called KD Nuggets. Let's hope we can find this article. Okay, so KD Nuggets is a pretty good site for data science, which part of machine learning is part of. There's a survey here of this article about infograph and the advantages of each. Now, if you're just wanting to stay in the world of if you want to stay in the world of R, that's fine. But when you want to step outside of it, I think you're better off to use Python. It's a more wide, diverse language where it's got web plus the integration with C, C++, so on and so forth. And R is not as mature. Plus, in terms of the language itself, I find that R is fairly ugly. So, let's see if I could find it. Now, in terms of survey, I'm not going to get into this, but what I will say, there was a survey done on this website, if you can find it, the top technologies and top tools used for the top tools, and the language was just edging very in a minute way was R, followed by Python. So I guess this is equivalent of R 53% and followed by Python 42%. And then it gets further into that, into here in this book, you'll see that we have all these different frameworks for machine learning: TensorFlow, Theano, and there's also another one put out. Oh God, I mean, Facebook's got one now, so you don't know which way to go. Now, if you want my opinion, I'm going to tell you what I think, where I would go. Okay, so if you go under TensorFlow, there's a chart I want to show you that's found on Bloomberg. It was about a week ago, just to show you which framework is the better one to go with. Right here, I'll put it up on my Instagram, so this is the article here. Right here. So let me just play this little video here. Google has an AI land grab as TensorFlow software quickly draws big developer following. Google has an AI land. So you can see here in the blue, that is TensorFlow, which is picking up, and that seems to be the standard for machine learning, that framework. Okay, so hopefully I'll answer that. But this is where it gets really interesting. I like what's coming out of Facebook. For some reason, I used to hate Facebook a few years ago. But let me just see if I can find it. This is what I plan to do if I do machine learning. It's very different, very distinctive. TorchNet. Okay, so there's this TorchNet from Facebook, which is equivalent of all the other ones I just showed you. Let's just pull up this article here. There's this article here. Oops. There's this article here. There we go. Okay. Man, oh man, I'm not doing too well today. Okay, so we want to open this one. I'm switching too many times between Windows and my Mac. I'm throwing the Linux for good measurement. So this one, okay, it doesn't matter. Right here is this is what I want to show anyways. This is the GitHub TorchNet Torch framework that Facebook's got. It's machine learning. You can get more information on this by going to this article here. Now the interesting thing here is that this framework is done in Lua. Okay, Lua, LUA. That was written in, and I've seen other very interesting projects done in machine learning. For instance, if I go to YouTube, and here. Now, I think if you watch this video, Super Mario Machine Learning, his video here is very interesting. This guy called Mar.io, this project, is all done in Lua. Okay,
Welcome back, Sethling here.
So this little program is written in Lua. Again, you can get more information here at this paste bin. So here's the script. You'll notice here it's in Lua. So this whole script for this video in machine learning again is done in Lua. Now, why am I mentioning Lua? Well, you come into my own channel. For instance, if you want to do equivalent of high frequency, you'll notice here I've got some new videos I just posted today actually on Linux, HFT-like. You watch these, specifically the Redis, what I'm referring to in my playlist. We have here Redis, this set of videos here. The in-memory fast, very fast NoSQL database, open source. You can embed Lua scripts into this database. So here, machine learning plus this project with Facebook, all done in Lua. Question is, can you embed these type of scripts and interface it with your data from from right within your data source, within Redis, and have those reside and embedded into your instance of your Redis servers. So you can use those as filters as a data stream into your Redis. So if I was to do machine learning, that is the combination I would do it in with Lua. Now, this is why I'm mentioning these projects to you. This one from Torch and Facebook, and this other project, which looks really cool, learns how to play Super Mario, and here's the source code. So I'll put up all this source code available for you. So that is why I'm very interested in these type of projects. So these kind of books, fine, but if you want it related around trading, from my point of view, as a technical stack, this is the approach I would take it. Use Redis and embed maybe these type of Lua scripts right into your Redis server instances, or better yet, your Redis cluster. Because again, I've shown the reports of this database being able to keep up within a Redis cluster, be able to process up to 1.2 million transactions per second. So that is very possible to do that with Redis. And on top of that, now throwing in machine learning using Lua or LUA. Hopefully I'll help you out.